Hello everyone, this is Money Mom. Welcome to the channel. Today I want to chat with you guys about 4 budgeting mistakes I've been making. One, I didn't even realize was a budgeting mistake. I got called out on it. Let's get started and talk about it. That was a mouthful. A wonderful YouTuber named George, and I hope I'm pronouncing his last name right, is Kamel or Kamel. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but I'll link his fabulous channel below. Very charming and funny and very bright and articulate. He called me out and said something about my budget. I was talking about my grocery budget, and I was mentioning that my issue with budgets sometimes is they seem hardcore, and if you find a great deal, it's like you cannot take advantage of it because you might go over your budget. And what he said is what my first mistake is, and I agree with him, and I'm changing my budget for 2025, is even though you have a budget, you might say, I'm going to spend no more than $500 a month on groceries. That is a guide. Now, obviously, we're not going to want to go way over that budget every month, but let's say that you do find a really good deal. And there is something I did find an excellent deal on, a deal that was prices from the 1990s. Let me just say that. I'll show it at the end of this video. But if you find a great deal and you go over budget, that's okay. Maybe what you could do is move your spending from another category. So maybe you spend less on restaurants that month, or you spend less on clothing, whatever that is. And so basically my first mistake, number one, is that I kind of have a black or white thinking. If I'm 50 cents over, I get really upset about it. But instead, he said to be more flexible with your budget. A budget is a wonderful guide, but it is supposed to allow you freedom. And you can move your budget categories around to meet your needs. And like I said, I'll show you that at the end of the video. The good thing is I got such a phenomenal deal on something. And the good news is I didn't go over budget. I'm actually under budget. Okay, number two. I haven't done this in a long time, having written goals. I used to track a bunch of goals when I first started this channel in 2017. Our family, I think it was right around 2019, we became mortgage and consumer debt free, and we now have what I call a fully funded emergency fund. You can always actually put more money in there, but I wanted to have at least 1 year of bills in my savings so that if something happened, I'd have enough money to pay all my bills. I have a little bit more than that. I also do have a sinking fund that I'm halfway there because I did have to use it in January, and it's taking a while to replenish that. So basically, I haven't really had any written financial goals. I automate savings, I automate investments, but I want to get back for 2025 coming up with some written financial goals and things to work towards. Number 3, and I've mentioned this before, many times I tend to be impulsive and I don't do enough research before doing things. And so maybe I want to make a purchase decision, so I end up buying things that don't bring me value. No, I've really improved on that, but I still make mistakes in this area. And one thing that is helping me, though, is becoming a more mindful shopper and waiting before I purchase something. That does help, but I can always improve on that because I think that doing more research could really help me be a more mindful consumer. Last but not least, I tend to be a little closed-minded and slow to change when changing services, doing research, making financial decisions. I tend to kind of be slow on doing that. I mean, I know people all the time that are constantly reallocating their budget and making changes. I am willing to do that, but the process for me takes longer because I don't like change. So these are 4 mistakes I'm making. I'm working on getting a little bit better each day. The main thing is our family is still blessed to be consumer and mortgage debt free. We are investing, and I do continually add to my emergency savings and sinking funds. So that's all positive, but I can still make a lot of improvements. So let me hear from you guys in the comments below. What are some mistakes you make? I'd love to hear from you. I'm going to link George's channel below. Tell him Money Mom sent you. I'm sure most of you know him. And that's all I have to say. I love you, appreciate you, and I sure hope to see you on tomorrow morning's video. Bye-bye, everybody.